My name is John Preston. I'm the owner of DropshipUSA. We build fully automated USA-based dropship websites in less than 72 hours. Today I'm going to be going into some niche ideas for 2020. Things have gotten a little crazy with coronavirus. The buying environment is just different. So we're going to go into kind of what is a good idea in 2020 given everything that's going on. So my first recommendation is it's kind of indirect. So normally you would think, all right, gyms are closed, so let's source barbells and dumbbells and stuff. But if you go on Amazon real quick and you type in, let's say, weight set, and do free shipping by Amazon, as we don't want to pay shipping on these items, you can see that the prices are absolutely crazy. And that's because there's a limited amount of stock. And when coronavirus happened, everybody bought up all of these dumbbells as quickly as they could, and that reduced the amount of supply. When there's not a lot of supply, you end up with, $800 dumbbell sets. We want items where there's a ton of supply, where the supply hasn't been hit directly by all the coronavirus panic buying. And we want to operate indirectly on that demand curve. So how do we do that? Well, instead of people going to the gym or lifting weights to get results, a lot of people are shifting to more of a they're just focusing more on what they're putting in their body. So we have an example site here. This is our superfood site. This is a dropship store sourcing from Amazon FBA, and the reason why we sell these products is because people are trying to replicate the results that they're getting in the gym by eating more cleanly. And basically that's the market that we're selling to. So we have a lot of superfood supplements in here. And when you source from Amazon FBA, all of these things go out in the same box, arrive at the same time. Everything ships for free and everything qualifies for free returns. We got another video in our channel that goes into all the different benefits of sourcing from Amazon FBA, but just figured I'd touch on it real quick. So that being said, superfood is definitely a great option for 2020. There's a ton of supply. The supply hasn't been really hit. It makes for great source prices because there's a ton of competition in the space. Another great niche idea is Bluetooth speakers. Bluetooth anything, but basically we choose Bluetooth because there is so much competition in the space that it puts a lot of downward pressure on price. So when we're searching for products, let's say we go to Amazon, we type free shipping by Amazon because we want the stuff to ship for free. We do 4-star and above reviews because we want to build in some sort of quality control into our sourcing here. And then we're going to go in the upper right and click price low to high. And the first couple items are not going to be viable options. But what we get here, let's see. We've got Bluetooth speakers for $7. So this one is $25.99. Let's see if we can find a similar. So this is basically the same one for $8.88. So if you go out in the street and you ask 10 people, hey, how much does a Bluetooth speaker cost? You're going to get 10 vastly different answers. I would assume that most people are not going to say $8. Maybe if you go to Target or something like that, you get a Bluetooth speaker for $25. If you were to go to Best Buy, maybe you get a nicer one for $30 or $40. But generally, people are going to assign a higher dollar value to techie items because there's a perceived value there. There's something that they don't understand about the product. And people don't consume these things every day. So, you know how much a gallon of gas costs because you buy it every day. You know how much a gallon of water costs because you consume it every day. People don't consume Bluetooth speakers every day. So these are the types of products that we like to source. So if we were to source a tech store, we would pick Bluetooth speakers and try and push those just because there's so much industry that's around the distribution of these items that it puts a lot of downward pressure on price and makes for a great source market. Additionally, specifically in 2020 with coronavirus, carrying this tech and perceived value idea over to another niche, I really like the baby tech niche right now. So I'm just going to type in baby tech in Google and see what comes up. Let's do our free shipping by Amazon in the upper left, 4-star and above reviews. So we build in quality control and then sort by price, low to high. But a lot of the baby tech is basically just like a security camera that links to an app and gives people notifications of whether their baby is on their side or on their back. And those types of things have a lot of perceived value. So we're just going to scroll through these first couple here. The first page or two is usually just nonsense, and the sponsored listings at the top and bottom are not what we're looking for either. So let's get into, actually, let's just type in baby camera because that's what I'm looking for anyway. And pop in my search filters again real quick. So these small cameras, there's a ton of industry that's developed over the past, let's say, 10 years around making small cameras very cheap. I don't know, I used to actually repair iPhones, and the iPhone, the front-facing camera in your iPhone costs $3. The rear-facing camera in your iPhone is quite a bit more expensive, but those little front-facing cameras, those little 8 megapixel cameras, that's really all that people are getting when they buy one of these products. And if you ask people, hey, how much does a security camera cost? Or if you blend another layer of perceived value on it and say, hey, what would you pay for a security camera that that monitored your baby and sent you a notification whenever there was some movement in the crib? What would you value that safety at? There's gonna be a very high perceived value on that, likely a lot higher than $18.99. So we can take a look at this one here. This can be, it's a nanny or office or baby monitor. I mean, you could just repurpose a camera for pretty much anything, any use case with how you titled this product. But these items are also really good right now because most mothers are not letting their husbands go out window shopping for products for their babies because they've got a fragile newborn in the house. So if we're going into the baby niche, then it's kind of a no-brainer. There's a lot of reasons why people would want to purchase baby products online right now. And if you blend the tech element to it, you get that extra level of perceived value. So that way people, there's something in it that they don't really understand, that they don't consume every day. And there's imperfect pricing information. So people, have a different perceived value for this depending on who they are, if they have a kid, and what value they place in the safety of their child. So things like that, I definitely recommend. Also, good niche is blending two things together. So taking something new school, like let's say a Bluetooth speaker, and something old school, like wood grain, and you combine a material and a niche. So the niche would be tech products, and the material would be wood. So let's type in wood grain wireless charger, for example. These types of things, ton of industry around them, so there's a lot of downward pressure on price. And so they make for great source products. They look super cool. And what's nice about these is that we don't have to explain the value of the features of these products. Like, they're just intrinsically cool. People think that they explain themselves. So like this one, $6.99 for a wireless speaker, or for a bamboo wireless charger. So this type of item, if you were to put it in front of 10 random people on the street, they're going to give you 10 different answers for how much this would cost. $15, $20, $24.99, whatever it is. We get it for $6.99 with free shipping and free returns if we source from Amazon FBA. So these types of things are cool because, when somebody gets on the product page, you don't have to explain much. They see it, they know why it's cool because, it's bamboo. It's a bamboo tech item. So those things are pretty cool as well. What else? So just to recap a little bit, what we're looking for when we're sourcing products is something where there's perceived value, where there's a lot of downward pressure on price because there's a ton of saturation. When we're sourcing from a retail market like Amazon FBA, I know it sounds counterintuitive, but we want to pick items where there's a ton of competition, so that way we have a lot of downward pressure on price, and it makes these products cheaper for us to source, as you can see here with the $6.99 bamboo wireless charger. So last niche I'm going to go into real quick. There's a couple of factors that like external factors that make this next niche a really good idea, and that's going to be like domestic travel. So coronavirus has made it so people can't go on planes. Like people specifically in the United States are going to be getting out and camping quite a bit. And there's in the stimulus bill that was going to be passed, they were floating around issuing a $4,000 tax credit for domestic travel within the U.S. So if people travel within the U.S. this year and spend up to $4,000, they can write off that $4,000 come tax season. So there's a lot of push factors that are pushing people into domestic travel right now. So I think supplying them with what they need is not a bad idea. That being said, I like combining products as well. So combining niches. So we'll have travel, and also let's do dogs. So people are passionate about travel or hiking or camping or whatever it is, and they're also passionate about their pets. And if we combine those two niches together, now we've got something really unique that it's much easier to find these people and target them with ads because we have two data points about what they like. We're more likely to find the right people. So if we do like a GPS dog collar, This is a great example of the type of product that we want to source for a store like that. And these things are super cheap. You can see that some people assign a perceived value of $189 for a similar product here. 706 people have purchased this product and left a review for $189, whereas we have something, boom, right next to it that's 32 bucks. 100% waterproof, same thing. It's a location tracker for your dog. So you can see that there's a lot of perceived value with this because we're combining someone's passions with the niche, and there's perceived value because there's something they don't understand in there. The GPS tracker. It's not something that they consume every day. There's imperfect information regarding the pricing of a GPS tracker. So for that reason, we like to source these products. If you'd like to get a dropship website built for you, similar to this one here, sourcing from Amazon FBA with all of these considerations in place, we can build out a store in whatever niche you want over at Dropship USA. We actually have a webinar going on right now as well. The link is in the description. So if you want to have a dropship website built for you, if you want to have us take care of all the product sourcing stuff and finding exactly what works for your dropship store, we'll build them for you in 72 hours or less. Join the webinar. Click the link in the description, and yep, we'll see you in the next video.